finish it now.
Yep. It is quite delayed, so I'm not sure how.
So by the time you finish it's still...
Yeah, I'll probably have just started on that. Actually, this looks really interesting. I associate my earliest memories with the movie theater. Being third oldest in a family that eventually grew to 10 children, my mother would take us all to San Antonio neighborhood Revival House, the almost theater for our weekly dose of double and triple features of classic films. My mother, who was always wary and suspicious of the current slew of movies out at the time, trusted our young eyes and minds only to the kind of cinema that she grew up on. So our big screen diet consisted of heavy doses of MGM musicals, Marx Brothers comedies, and occasional Hitchcock double bills. I still remember the strong dose double feature of Rebecca and Spellbound. My mother's name was Rebecca, so I figure that must be the reason why she took her young children to see such powerful My mother, always wary and suspicious of the slew of movies at the time, trusted our young eyes and minds only kind of cinema that she grew up on. So our big diet, so this was MGM musical, Marx Brothers comedies, and occasional Hitchcock double bills. I still remember the strong dose double feature of Rebecca and Spellbound. My mother's name was Rebecca, so I figured that must be the most to see such powerful. In 5th grade, I remember sitting in the back of the class with the paperback dictionary in my hands, and using the side margins, where there was no writing, to draw little stick figures on each page, creating my own little flip cartoon movies. Since I wasn't paying attention to the teacher, I had the entire day to draw my movies, giving me the patience and attention to detail I never have now. The elaborate cartoons featured invincible characters bouncing around and off the pages, battling evil and blowing up everything in sight. I wasn't very good in math, science, history, in anything really, but I could get approval from the other kids through my flip cartoon movies. I remember how good it felt when someone would see my paper movies and laugh. It was addictive. I drew all the time. In 8th grade, a few of my friends and I, after seeing John Carpenter's Escape from New York, decided we want to start making our own real movies, even if they were stop motion. But we had no equipment. I'd read books about Ray Harryhausen, and they said that you needed at least a 16mm camera with stop motion capabilities to do animated movies or claymation movies. Clay animation is the best kind of movie to make when you're younger because you can shoot for hours and hours, and your clay actors never complain. They don't ask for food, and they don't need stunt doubles. My father did have an old Super 8 film camera, but it couldn't do stop motion, so I improvised. I tapped the shutter and moved the clay guy around, but the camera produced an annoying flashing effect. I needed the proper equipment. Tune in tomorrow for the next exciting chapter.
Only got one hand.
This captain.
Okay.
Is that one of you?
I don't know, this one's about shooting or something, so we'll go
It's
for
very
that.
interesting. We're gonna ask the same questions. You know.
Should I be speaking or?
Um, yeah.
Okay. I slept as long as I could. 9 AM. We had to get a few last shots of the motorcycle, plus sound. We shot a few dream shots at my other favourite location, the buildingless door. I packed up and got ready to leave, but Carlos couldn't remember what he had done with the permit for crossing the camera back to the US. He finally found it, and by 3 PM I was heading back to Austin. I counted all of the rolls of films we set off. It added up to 25 rolls of film. Each roll is 10 minutes long, so we did all right. We shot a little more than I wanted to, but with all the shots I got, I think there will be plenty to work with. If anything didn't come out, there's nothing we can do about it. If it all comes out, all I have to worry about is climbing into the editing bay and starting the real work, turning all these snippets of pictures into a movie. Post-production. I spent all 25 rolls of 400-foot film to the lab for developing. At 13 cents a foot, it came out to be about $1,300. I then had them transfer the negative to 3/4-inch video with an overall color correction. That means that the lab takes your negative and turns it into a positive image on video. This is a tremendous savings. That doesn't make sense. Since you don't have to make a positive work print first, you can go straight to making the positive on video. The overall color correction is correcting the first scene on the roll and then running the rest of the roll at that setting, making sure faces don't go green or what have you. Basically, it's a one-light print, but with a little correction. That's all I needed. Since this was going to the Spanish home video market to compete against movies made with a lot less tender loving care, I knew my movie would still look pretty good and could be more than competitive, even though the fancier, more expensive transfer and color correction. The lab sent me back my 3/4-inch videotapes, which became my master tapes. From these, I could go to any bottom-of-the-line 3/4-inch system and make straight cuts. I figured that if I was real careful and planned them as much as I could make only one cut of the movie and have that cut 3/4-inch videotape be the master tape that I could sell to the Spanish video distributors in Los Angeles. From that, they could make their VHS copies. I was hoping they'd accept 3/4-inch tape as the master tape, since I couldn't afford to use my digital tape or Betacam. That's all for today. Join us next week for 50 Shades of Grey.